Hello friends, welcome back. Now let me walk you through an example to help you understand how rewrite API rules work. For example, let's open movie post type, for instance The Dark Knight. If you check in the query monitor, you will notice the request film/The Dark Knight. This rule has been matched, identifying this as a movie The Dark Knight, and then the page is set to pagination. Here you can see the movie query created based on the movie post type slug. This query was tells the WordPress to search for this post within the movie post type. This process happens in the past request method. Now let's go to our rewrite API file and let's uncomment this and let's refresh the page. Now after printing the WP class object, you can see the matched query string. This includes the request, the matched rule, and the matched query, which is movie equals to The Dark Knight, and page. These are the query parameters. You will notice the post type is set to movie, which WordPress uses to fetch the post name The Dark Knight. This settings of the post type happens in the WP past request or past request method. The past request retrieves all the post type into its object and sets the post type variable based on the slug. This post type query vars variable determines whether the query matches an existing post type slug. If a match exists, WordPress then sets the post type variable, which is then used by WP query. The post type is evident in the query array, and WordPress loops through all public query variables to check for a match. For instance, if the movie exists in the query variables and matches the post type slug, the post type is set. WP query then uses this check to check the post name. Here the post type movie and the post name are utilized by WordPress or WP query. If I comment out this line and uncomment this line, we can observe the query structure. For example, you will see the post type equals to movie and name equals to The Dark Knight. The request corresponds to the post name The Dark Knight and the post type movie. If the post name matches the post type, WordPress sets the post property as a single post object and proceeds with further actions. If no match exists, a 404 error is triggered. For instance, if you enter The Dark Knight 2, which does not exist, WordPress sets the 404 status, updates the 404 property in the WP query class, and renders the 404 page template from the active theme. However, if the content is found, it is rendered in the front-end model. Understanding query variables is crucial for defining how requests are processed. After this explanation, review the past request method to better understand how query variables are passed and utilized by WP Query to fetch data efficiently. Now, you know how rewrite rules are matched, how query parameters are processed, and how WordPress identifies the data to fetch. This includes constructing SQL queries and passing variables from the request to WP Query. Consider practical examples like the photo template display. You can test this by accessing a single post or a single movie post. Similarly, explore the author archive page. For example, if you inspect a request, you will see the author parameter matched. WP Query uses this to fetch data about author and display their post. The same applies to categories. If you visit the category archive page, you will see the category query. In a previous example, we renamed the category base to C, and the matched query reflects this. Based on the category name, WP Query retrieves posts assigned to their category. By reviewing these examples, you can learn how the WP query object is printed, how SQL queries are constructed, and how query variables are extracted. That's all about execution and rewrite rules. In the next session, we will explore adding custom rewrite rules or modifying the author base or search base using the WP rewrite class and its internal properties. I hope this explanation helped you understand the rewrite rule execution workflow. This knowledge is valuable for debugging, especially when dealing with multiple rules or third-party plugins affecting custom rewrite rules. If a custom rule is not working, you might need to prioritize it by moving it to the top of the rule list, as WordPress matches rules from top to bottom. You now know how requests are passed, which actions and filters are executed, and the sequence of operations. With this knowledge, you can effectively debug, rewrite API issues, URL structures, or even migrate old site URLs from non-WordPress platform to WordPress. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video. Jai WordPress!